you can't pick a family that this isn't affected.
I think the real tragedy of this disease is that it takes away someone when they're still there. And so you have the semblance of the person, but not their soul.
And that's what Alzheimer's is. You watch the person you love disappear before your very eyes.
I think I have grieved her differently because I went through anger that this happened to her. She was such a good woman. I think of all the things that would have been her choice for her life, to lose her sense of self would have been the last. I took to sleeping in the bed with her because she would roam at night. I was asleep on my dad's side of the bed, and I woke to this little face, literally 6 inches from my face, and she was bald, poor soul, and she had no teeth, so she was 4'11", so she looked like a little munchkin. She'd take up her hair, take out her teeth, and she'd just toddle around. She was so sweet. And so there's this little person with her face above me, and she was 84 when she died. So this was, she turned 84 in January. She died in October, so almost 85. And I startled, and this is so hard, even now after all these years. She said, "You're my baby, aren't you?" And I was stunned. I said, "Yeah." And I put the light on, and we had the most wonderful conversation. She asked me about my husband and my kids, and how was my work, and did I like what I was doing, and just my mom was there. And we went out in the kitchen and had tea, and this was just beautiful. And then we went back to bed, and she fell asleep, like after maybe 35 minutes. And when she woke, she had no memory of this conversation.
A fun memory of being with her toward the end, and she was losing her appetite, and they were feeding her this. They take your lunch and they stick it in a blender, and then it ends up in a bowl, and it's just like some brown mush, and it doesn't look real appetizing. But I stopped to see her one day at lunchtime, and it's sitting there, and she's sitting there just staring at it. And I said, "Hey, Mom, come on, you didn't eat your lunch." And she's just looking at it and looking at me. And I said, "Come on, let's eat." So I grabbed a spoon, and I dug it in, and I went like this. She looked at me. She got this twinkle in her eye, and her hand came up, grabbed my hand, turned the spoon around, and brought it to my mouth. And I'm like, "No, no, no." And then she laughed. So she couldn't communicate, and she probably had lost 98% of her faculties, but she saw the humor in the fact that she knew darn well I wasn't eating that gruel any more than she wanted to eat it.
I remember one Sunday I had a project I was working on. I needed envelopes stuffed. We were always in this house on Sunday afternoons and Sunday nights, stuffing envelopes, doing phone banks, everything before technology. Well, I had this project one time, and I just wanted to engage my mother. She was glowing. She was happy to be active, happy to be working on a project, but when I looked in the box, it was a disaster.
You hurt my mother, I hurt you. I may not win the battle. I'm just one little soldier in a very large campaign. But frankly, anything I can do, any dollar I can raise, any speech I can give, any letter I can write, I'm going to do it.
And there isn't a book for this. You've got a game plan for cancer. You've got a game plan for heart disease. You've got a game plan for a lot of things. This disease is so individual. There is no game plan.
I don't want it to happen to me. But I can't tell you that it holds me back, or that I think about it daily, or that it gives me any real fear. I'm a pretty much live a day at a time kind of person. If tomorrow I'm not here, then I'm okay, because I've done what I thought I was supposed to do. So it'll be all right.